Meanwhile, the Senate Judiciary Committee today holding an oversight hearing and grilling Attorney General Merrick Garland. He's got the grill lines on his backside. Republican senators asking about the DOJ's targeting of American parents, its handling of the fentanyl crisis, and whether President Biden would be investigated for the corruption allegedly uncovered on Hunter's laptop. The AG mostly avoided the questions, like when Texas Senator Ted Cruz asked if anyone had been arrested for trying to intimidate conservative Supreme Court justices by protesting right outside their homes. Watch.
Has the Department of Justice brought even a single case under this statute? It's a yes, no question. It's not a give a speech on the other things you did.
The job of the United States Marshals is to defend the lives
So the answer is no.
Is to defend the lives of the justices, and that's their number one priority. They have.
Why are you unwilling to say no? The answer is no. You know it's no. I know it's no. Everyone in this hearing room knows it's no. You're not willing to answer a question.
No. So is the Biden DOJ only accountable to Democrats? Joining me now to discuss, host of the Ben Domenech Show, Fox News contributor Ben Domenech. So, Ben, is our Attorney General so politically compromised he is not able to effectively do his job?
Look, this is one of the worst things that Merrick Garland has done under his office since taking this role. His avoidance of trying to protect the Supreme Court justices in a moment when it was clear that their lives were in danger, and when we saw, multiple threats against them that were legitimate, that needed to be taken seriously, needed to be addressed. I mean, it's really one of the most awful things that I think we can say, has been done by, any attorney general under either party. We want to have the members of the Supreme Court be able to be protected, and have confidence that their decisions are being made not under the force or penalty of potential ramifications for them or their families. But, Kennedy, I hate to disrupt your show, but I have to circle back to something that was just said by your previous guest. I would love to see the kind of bipartisanship that Republicans are trying to project coming out of this Chinese Select Committee. But we saw just this morning in the House Foreign Affairs Committee a complete partisan breakdown where Republicans were voting in favor of having sanctions, even allowing Joe Biden more opportunity, more strength to push back against TikTok, and Democrats en masse voted against that. Okay, and they made the most ridiculous arguments against it. We had Representative Meeks coming out and saying, "Oh, this is comparable to weapons of mass destruction." The idea that in some way TikTok is China invading America. That's just kind of, one of these fanciful things. The internet is a series of tubes, that kind of thing. It's absurd.
Woo!
And I think that one of the big tests that we are going to have from that select committee is how deep this bipartisanship actually goes. Are they willing to take on China on issues where they might end up insulting a bunch of Gen Zers who are using TikTok on a daily basis, if only they are going to side on behalf of the American people, the American interest, and against the communist Chinese? I think that's a big test. I'm not sure that we are going to end up being, happy with the result of what comes out of all of this. But anyway, Merrick Garland, he's a terrible guy. He did a terrible job, and he should have absolutely protected the members of the Supreme Court,
of course,
in a moment when it was clear they needed protection.
Regardless of where their judicial philosophy sits on the spectrum, certainly they cannot be influenced by the threat of violence. And we saw the guy who was arrested outside Justice Kavanaugh's home. This is wrong. And he's like, I sent some marshals there. Marshals are great, but, they cannot decide to prosecute people. That was the point of some of the questioning. And I felt like he folded like a cheap deck chair. And I've got plenty of those. I got them on Wayfair. It's not always the highest quality. But you are, Ben, and now the father of two daughters, and two dads. Why not? The night is young. Congratulations on the expanding Domenech-McCain brood, and thank you so much for being here.
Great to be with you.